I've been realizing that, like, regardless of the manosphere, as weird as the word is, like, how many people will, like, go on about, oh, there's a lot of bad publicity about, like, MRAs and incels and MGTOWs and such, and it's like, okay, that's all very justified in a lot of ways. But it's funny how mainstream certain words like simp have become.
Yes.
I mean, PewDiePie did a whole video making fun of simps.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I'm not going to go and say, like, oh, PewDiePie's red pill or whatever. But in a way, like, you see the way a lot of these mainstream people kind of joke about things, people who are more, basically less and less fringe type individuals that are talking about this, and how,
Yes.
like, you're basically your typical, well, literally non-red pill guy, if you want to call it beta or whatever. Guys that'll just, like, post something funny that they like, oh, what a simp.
Yeah.
Did you hear what iDubbbz about him?
No, I haven't followed iDubbbz in a long time.
So iDubbbz has a fairly attractive girlfriend. And uh she started, like, really posting a lot of stuff about herself. And lo and behold, she puts out an OnlyFans page
For her.
while still dating him.
Whoa.
And people are, like, starting to, it's some of this getting leaked, and some of this, and someone took, like, he did one of those, like, videos where he's, like, in front of a green screen and people can do whatever the fuck they want with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And there was one video of him basically, like, to whatever's in the background, he's like, "You're a fucking whore," or whatever. It was like iDubbbz saying this. So they took the clip, like, the screenshots of him and his girlfriend, like the tweets they put out after she started announcing she had an OnlyFans,
Right.
and all the tweets of her announcing she has an OnlyFans, and it's just him, like, it's a video of him
Yeah.
at himself, like, "You're a fucking whore." You're a fucking idiot. Like, and I'm watching this, I'm like, oh my god, this is great. Yeah, it was so
That's
funny.
crazy.
Like, she apparently got a boob job that he possibly paid for, and then she started doing OnlyFans, and then, like, days after she announced this, there's a picture of him and her in the car, and he's got a Nintendo Switch, and he's just kind of like, and people are like, "No, it's the fucking meme, like the soy boy meme with the Nintendo Switch. Like, what the hell is going on here?"
I didn't see that. I'll have to look that up. It sounds fucking brilliant.
But people are kind of just pointing out, like, he's such a simp. Like, he's dating this girl who's willingly putting. Now,
Yeah,
from what
I mean,
I've
he's
seen
he's
so
worth
far,
some money. Yeah.
but it's like, it's kind of one of those things. You get these guys that are, like, I see him and I see, like, Chris Reagan, and they seem to be, like, similar types of people. Like, you get these guys that are, like, they've been socially awkward, they're very introverted, but then they kind of get to express themselves in a sense where they become popular. They get on videos, they're doing Let's Plays, whatever. They get real popular. And then
Yeah.
they do, like, attract, like, a cute girl here and there to come along and get with
Yes.
them. But then, like, fucking hypergamy kicks in, and they're just not really, like, dealing with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's not just the socially awkward and the simps. As we keep going back, Mystery kind of fucked up his game as well when he got into his relationship with whatever Tatiana or whatever.
I think him's actually a way bigger thing, because, like, the dude is literally like the dating guy, the get laid
the pickup get laid guy. But it shows even what I found out about a soccer player, football player called Cristiano Ronaldo, who plays for
oh shit,
Ronaldo, yeah. I mean, arguably one of the best football/soccer players in the world. Him and Lionel Messi kind of swap that title every so often. Millions of dollars. He pays his girlfriend $100,000 a month so that she can enjoy the high-flying lifestyle. And I'm kind of like, what the fuck? And I mean, he's not a bad-looking guy. I don't know if anybody's seen Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, he fixed his teeth, he fixed his hair. He's pretty jacked. He's tall. He's a good looking guy. And you're telling me this motherfucker is paying his girlfriend $100,000 a month just because?
I mean,
That's pretty crazy.
if I was with someone and I was as rich as him,
Yeah.
I'd just be like, being with me is more than enough. Like, yeah, we're gonna go out to eat in nice places all the time. If
Yeah.
I'll give you gifts and such, but I'm not gonna pay you. Like, that's the difference I
Exactly.
think between paying someone and having them be gifted just by being around you with the lifestyle you live. Like, I told you about, like, just, I mean, it's that weird. It's a weird thing when you really like consider different situations. So, like, I told you, like, I've had these like matches on dating sites, and they're like, they're sending me their Snapchat. I'm like, okay, fine, we'll talk on Snapchat. And then they're like, within a few minutes, it's already like, hey, do you want to buy my premium Snapchat for like $30?
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, okay. I mean, and some of them I'll try to like kind of work around. Like, they're like, oh, I'm a cam. Like, I actually had a chick that was like, I'm a cam girl. Do you still want to hang out? I'm like, do you want? And I straight up just said, do you want me to be in your videos? She's like, no. And I'm like, then I don't fucking care.
Right.
And she's like, oh, okay, great. And I'm like, so, like, did you want to meet up? And she goes, well, you need to meet my manager and pay him $50.
Yeah, I remember you telling me this.
And I'm like, fuck off. Like, and I'm thinking, and here's the thing: it's like, when I really started to think about it, I'm like, okay, if I meet someone, and let's say we hook up or whatever, and then I have to pay, and then maybe I like take them out to eat. And let's say I spent like $30-$40 on this person, like, to go out and eat.
Yeah.
Which I'm totally fine with. How is that any different?
Correct.
Monetarily than if I just paid them? And I go, well, it obviously is. It's how you go about it. Like,
how you paid them.
How I paid them. Yeah. I mean, it's a difference between, like, and it's like kind of like with what Rollo says with validational and transactional sex. Like, I want to meet people and possibly have sex with them through the means of what's called validational sex. Like,
sex, yeah.
You want to be around me, and I want to be around you, and we're going to enjoy each other's company, and take each other out to eat, do things, whatever.
Yes.
I don't want you to be with me only because I paid you money.
Right.
So it's like, if I were someone like Ronaldo or whatever, so just had a bunch of money, and someone comes along to be with me, and they're like, I'm not paying them to be with me, but the benefits of being with me is you get to go to places, you get to eat different foods, you get to meet different people.
Yes.
You're not getting
if that's
paid
enough. If that's
yeah.
enough, I would agree with that. In a lot of ways, I definitely say that's right, but that's not what's going on. These guys are, even what was it? There was some girl that I was following on Instagram, and she was out for Trinidad Carnival. I don't know how I got it. She had some twerking video, and I kind of followed along. And then I realized, oh, this is one of these women that's all into the cam girl, and she got her OnlyFans.
What do you mean, Brook? What do you mean these women?
It started to add up.
You're not respecting the women here?
No, I respect the hustle, bro. Don't get me wrong, but I realized, if I'm watching the Instagram picture was pretty fucking hot, I have to admit. So that's why I followed her. And then I realized, oh God, it's all an act. It's all this is all she does. And she's staying in one of the best hotels in Trinidad, flying first class, and all this other. So I looked at the entire lifestyle and be like, fucking men are paying for this because of your coochie. Like, because you got pum pum, you're living a better lifestyle than even I'm living. I don't fly first class all the time. And when I go to Trinidad, I do not stay at that particular hotel and stuff. And it actually pissed me off. Like, no, well, fuck this, and I switched it up. And I've been dealing with that anger a little bit more recently because I'm seeing, especially in this kind of world economy, more and more women are doing this. And it's really irking me, man.
We want to be careful we don't get too much into the
red pill rage.
Well, it's not even red pill rage at that point. It's just kind of like, I see a lot of this. And I actually had a couple chicks that were like, I mean, we talked about like you get to a point in your life where you kind of feel like anything will do. You just like you want to meet someone,
Yeah.
get it done with. If they're cool, maybe hang out with them for a while, and
Yeah.
you get some sex out of it, whatever. And it's not, I don't think that's like some misogynistic or cheap way of thinking. Anyways, and so you see some of these chicks, and you're just like, okay, she's not the hottest thing in the world. She looks okay, and she looks nice or whatever.
Yeah.
She's a little chubby or whatever, and you're just like, okay, just kind of go with it. And then it's like, if I had to say, if I had to rate someone on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like, okay, these are like 4s and 5s.
Right.
I'm sitting there like, okay, here we go. And then it's like, you want to buy my premium set? I'm like, the fuck are you talking about premium Snapchat? Like, how are you? And I'm just sitting here like, how are you getting guys paying for you?
Yeah.
Like, I'll take you out to eat at Denny's. Like, I'm not paying like 30, 40, $50 to meet you and fuck you or whatever. Like, no.
Yeah, it's and I think that's what's disturbing more than anything is the one I saw. The girl was hot, right? I mean, she was black, and I do like them dark.
Racist.
No, it's the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, man. I've been saying that for a long time, right?
Oh my god, you.
So, but I mean, at least she was very attractive. She had a great body. She's like, yeah, this was pretty on point. But then you meet, some of the land whales, right? Darwinian nightmare types, and they are fucking hustling, bro. They are making bank, and I'm like, what the fuck happened to men? Like, that's that. Oh, it's depressing.